everybody, my name is Luke Marr and this is Hotla Mode, and today on Hotla Mode we are going to be doing a roast of Dior's Resort 2019 collection. Somebody needs to do it and it's gonna be me. But before we get into the review, if you guys are looking for a channel that talks about fashion in the most fun, sassy, bitchy, analytical way, this is it, so you can go down below, hit the subscribe button, turn on my post notifications. What do you have to lose? Also, if you guys like these kinds of fashion show roast videos, you can definitely give this video a like, and also you can follow me on Instagram at HotlaMode. And if you guys are looking to see any of the looks that I've been wearing in any of my videos, you can definitely go into the description box and look at the Shop the Break links, and my collection is there and shoppable. But now let's get into the actual review. Another day, another fashion show, and today it's Dior. And usually on this channel, it's a brand we all love to hate. And the scariest thing is, I think I've actually become desensitized to Maria Grazia Chiuri's underwhelming design aesthetic. The collections don't even make me angry anymore. I just feel next to nothing about them, and it's as if I'm in like a Dior-pression, and knowing Maria Grazia's lackluster branding strategy, that honestly could be the next Dior concept. But who am I actually kidding? Maria Grazia doesn't have the talent or the range to actually be that controversial. The Dior Resort 2019 show took place in Chantilly, a town a mere 30 miles away from Paris, which is famous for its lace and the Museum of the Living Horse. The masculine Dior under Maria Grazia Chiuri and the idea of horse stables and riders actually seemed to meld together well in my mind. But in Maria Grazia Chiuri fashion, even these two seemingly perfect matches did not work. The show started with 8 Mexican escaramuzas, or female horse riding performers, showcasing their custom Dior looks on pristine white horses. The escaramuzas rode in what looked like beautiful dresses that were wearable and showcased how dresses were very versatile, even in sport. And from what I read and watched, mere moments before the show was to start, it began to pour down with rain. Unfortunately, the show continued. After the escaramuzas finished their performance, which I thought was a really great and cool way to start a show, but also a really great and cool way to actually bring a concept into real life, the show began. And I hope that you know where this is going. Selena Forrest emerged in a beautiful toile de gis jacket covered in foliage and ferocious beasts, but unfortunately I could see the green quilted top and shorts underneath. Next was Dior poster girl Ruth Bell in an ill-fitting bar jacket-esque suit. I usually say that Maria Grazia should ask Chris Van Aft for some help with suiting, but now she'll have to ask Kim Jones. The point is, she has to ask somebody for help. I mean, if you're going to do women's suits, you should actually know how to cut a suit, no? Then we get more vintage-looking toile de gis jackets, and even a bag, which actually was an interesting and original accessory idea. After only 11 collections, we've finally seen a genuine idea. I guess you can call that growth? Then I believe we got an attempt at a Chantilly lace, and I don't know all that much about the specialty lace of the region, but it seems to not have worked. And then comes a god-awful floral embroidery attempt, which seems like a desperate attempt to showcase femininity. Then came some dreadful asymmetrical skirt suits, which seemed misogynistic. The fact that she actually put women in these suits really must mean she hates women. And if you add the rain, which I believe was a divine power trying to stop the show from happening, the crumpled khaki skirt suits looked even more of a mess. Luckily, there was a redeeming bar jacket mixed with a tulle dress that erred on the side of masculinity, but in a really good way. These are the types of looks that actually make me believe in Maria Grazia at Dior. And they actually could make her butched up Dior a triumph. Then come a few forced white button-up and black tie looks. Let's just not. There are a few sheer and embroidered dresses that stay quite masculine and firm, but are ruined by gigantic waist-cinching belts. And luckily we get another beautiful tulle bar jacket combo, which was followed by a simple yet elegant pleated bar jacket skirt number. Then we are forced to endure some of the most over-the-top yet excruciatingly boring attempts at print play. Honestly, with Maria Grazia Chiuri's print past, I wouldn't be shocked if they were stolen from a smaller brand. brand. But I guess that shows her lack of taste even in ideas that aren't her own. Then we get more button-up craziness with toile de juillet shorts with heavy and soul-sucking blazers. Maria Grazia Chiuri's attempts at feminine skirts and dresses falls so flat even with the beautiful toile de juillet involved. And of course she had to involve denim, because it's not a Dior runway without tacky and cheap-looking denim. Then come some looks that you could find at Macy's or whatever cheap department store tacky and basic old women's shop in. Luckily, some toile de juillet looks saved us. One particular look with a beautiful white bodice actually showed again that there is some actual good within this collection. But then we go back to uninteresting and unmemorable sheer dresses that seem so undesirable that I actually think Maria Grazia herself hated making them. I honestly felt like I was watching a badly made Chanel Cuba Resort show copy. And more heavy leather belts cinched tired, white, sheer, and lace dresses. I think it might actually be a talent to be able to make so many dresses look so boring. I genuinely can't believe that 20 tired, ugly, and uninspired dresses went down the runway in a row. I think that might actually be a new record for Maria Grazia. In reality, I'm just so shocked that there were so many looks. I mean, honestly, I think that's why it's so bad, is because she tries to make a gigantic collection. There were like 84 looks. That's honestly 40 too many. Just make the collection small and quality and beautiful and wonderful. But no, you can see that Maria Grazia is grasping to make looks that actually represent her as a designer. At least 40 of those looks looked like they were the Dior and Forever 21 collab. Like, it actually was just so bad, and it just doesn't make any sense why it's so gross and sad and disgusting. And I honestly can't talk about every single look because it's just not worth any of our time. But in reality, I have a lot of concerns. The first is, if you are going to make Dior masculine, actually do that, because masculine is not a synonym for dull, repetitive, unimaginative, or any of the other words for boring. Next, what was the actual inspiration for this collection? Equestrian meets gaucha? Because besides for the ties, or short riding boots, or the actual horses, the clothing didn't make it very clear. Speaking of gauchas, or skilled horsewomen, where was the representation or diversity in the models? Because most of the models were white. If you're gonna use Latinx culture, then the very least you could do is actually cast Latinx models. You literally had 8 Mexican escaramuchas, and I'm sure that there was not one Mexican model on that runway, or even was considered for that show. Count this as another reason Maria Grazia Chiuri's Dior is the definition of white feminism, and the reason I'm disgusted by her constant use of strong women as a selling point. Don't use social movements as a way to sell because you actually aren't a good designer. Like, that's really gross. The next point I'll make is that while I understand that the last 20 looks or so were to highlight the Chantilly lace, the looks and the design capacity were infantile at best. This moves us to my last point. As Maria Grazia Chiuri is the creative director of arguably one of the best design houses that exists, with so much money, resources, and employees at her disposal. This is the result? I call bullshit. And I can't believe that this is who is actually leading such a historically innovative house. After 11 of her collections, I am able to wade through the sewage and filth that is a Maria Grazia Chiuri Dior collection in order to find some cubic zirconium diamonds in the rough. But I continue to wonder how someone like Bernard Arnault, who can see so much talent and wonder and amazing capabilities, can continue to whore out an amazing brand like Dior just for the money. I'm all for brands making money, but if there's no actual design aesthetic or interesting, capable designers to do it, what's the point? Please let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I want to hear all of your opinions on this show. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next video, and TTYL.